All right. Hi, everyone. Good to see the faces that I can and see some names of familiar familiar names up here. Um, I just want to do a check before I get started. Can everyone hear me? You can hear me. Can I just get a thumbs up if your camera's on? All right. If at any point my sound goes out, you can't hear me, throw it in the chat or unmute yourself and say so. I may need to move locations, but hopefully it will cooperate. Um, it's good to see everyone, and I hope you all had a good morning, learning a whole lot about how to get started and be successful in online learning. And welcome to high school. Forgot that part. I'm talking to ninth graders, and we're in high school now. Um, I look forward when we are able to come back to seeing the familiar faces and meeting our new students who are joining us this year. And I'm going to just spend the next few minutes just talking with you all about some things to expect with our College Bound program this year. Before I do that, I am going to reintroduce myself because I know we have some new people in the room. So, my name is Jaleese Hadley. Most of you all know that. My name on campus is Miss Jaleese. You all are free to call me Miss Jaleese. Actually prefer you call me that and not Miss Hadley. My professional title at GLOW is the Director of College Access, but you can call me your college counselor. So if someone asks who's Miss Jaleese, you can say, oh, that's my college, not that's just, that is my college counselor. You can also call me a superhero, but it's your choice. This is my 5th year working at GLOW, and it's actually my 10th year working in all girls education and working at all girls schools, and I love it. I even attended an all girls school myself when I was in middle school and high school. My job at GLOW is to help you all go to college someday, and I'm going to turn off my walkie. One moment. My apologies. So like I said, my job is to help you all go to college someday after you graduate from GLOW. And we'll talk more about how in a moment. But I wanted to share a little factoid about me. One cool thing about me is that I can speak German. So if there is anyone in the crowd who likes to speak German, I'm always looking for someone to practice with. And another thing is that I really love in my spare time to bake. And so I threw up a picture of a cake that I made of a winter hat. So that's 2 cool things about me. I hope that I get a chance to learn about you all some more when we are able to be together again, whenever that is. All right, so let's talk College Bound. College Bound program, I know what I'm going to say is going to be review for a lot of you, but we do have some people who may have not ever had a College Bound program in their school or don't know what a college counselor is. So that's why I'm taking a moment to explain. So our College Bound program here at GLOW is where we bring together different activities, lessons, and experiences that will help to prepare you to access college when you graduate from GLOW in 4 short years. At GLOW, we start working on those things in middle school. And so even though you're in high school, we work with all of our students to think about ways that we can begin preparing to go to college even now, because we know that there are things that you can do even in 9th grade to prepare for your future. You'll see words on the graphic like leadership and resume and trips and applications, summer, after school and advisory, and many more. These are all elements that come together to help you figure out things like where you might want to go to college, what you think you might want to study in college, what career you might want to have, and what skills you'll need to be successful in your college experience and beyond. So, what does College Bound look like in 9th grade? Well, some of the things that we do specifically with the 9th grade to engage in conversations about College Bound are we do advisory activities and lessons. We visit colleges at GLOW for our newcomers. We visit colleges every year starting in 6th grade. So students who are in 9th grade now may remember that we have visited UNCW. We visited Duke University in 7th grade. In 8th grade, we unfortunately were not able to visit any schools because when we scheduled to visit colleges, we closed schools due to COVID. And so we're looking forward to hopefully being able to come back to school safely and giving you all a college on-campus college experience in the near future. Otherwise, we have summer programs and opportunities that we connect students to, and also out of school opportunities. So when there are opportunities to connect to programs during spring break, for example, we will connect students to those. We have a new program called the Early Risers Program, and that is a program where we are partnered with the Cape Fear Community College, and students who meet the requirements are able to start taking college courses for credit as early as 9th grade. So there are some students in 9th grade currently who are in the Early Risers Program. And if you're in this chat and you're in the Early Risers Program, go ahead and give yourself a shout out. Let us know who you are. And then now that you're in 9th grade, you will have the opportunity to start meeting with college recruiters. So we actually have our first college recruiter opportunity coming up. With a recruiter from NC State who will be doing a virtual tour and answering questions for students in the 9th grade. And I may be inviting some 10th graders to that as well, but stay tuned. Oh, I think I may have forgotten to mention something. Our Career Day program, Cool Women Hot Jobs, is another opportunity that is available to students in all grades. And that is our version of Career Day where we bring in last year, we brought in more than 60 professionals to come in and talk about what it is they do for a living and how they got there. So what college they went to, what they studied, what different jobs they've had along the way. And so that's a really cool opportunity to start to connect your college aspirations with your career aspirations and figure out what path you might want to take. So that's another program that we run here at Globe that I think everyone really enjoys. Teachers really like it. Students generally say that they like that experience of meeting professionals. All right, so this year, the College Bound program through Virtual Academy is going to definitely look a little different. And that's because a lot of our programs are in person and we won't be able to be in school physically together to do some of these experiences. But I want you to stay tuned. I'll be communicating with you and your leadership advisory teachers about virtual opportunities to explore different topics around college very soon. One example is one I've already mentioned. We will be doing a virtual recruiter visit with NC State. So be on the lookout for an invitation to that. If we're able to come back to school safely in the coming months, there may be some opportunities to participate in some of the activities that I mentioned. We just right now are trying to figure out what that looks like and plan for it. So stay tuned. So we're nearing the end of my presentation to you all. And I want to know from you all, do you have any questions? If you have any questions for me, please, you can either unmute and ask, or you can throw them in the chat. And I'll give you a few minutes if you do have some questions, or if you're thinking through the things that I've shared to ask. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. No one's unmuting. If you do have any questions that come up for you, please, you can feel free to ask your leadership advisory teacher, or you can send me an email. I'm going to put my email address in the chat. Feel free to email me. If you have any questions or any thoughts, I am here every day and at my computer. So I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you, Valerie. I'll send you an email. Okay. Lastly, I'd like for you to take a moment and reflect and converse. So if you are here on campus in a classroom, I want you to take some time to think about these questions. And I know that you all are a little older and have had some more experience with the College Bound program here at GLOW. So your conversations might go a little deeper as you start to think more about the value and the purpose of having this program here at GLOW. So I encourage you to have that discussion and ask questions. But the questions that I want you to focus on are, why do you think we have a College Bound program here at GLOW? Why do you think we start doing some of these things in middle school, and in your case, in 9th grade, which is still, by some school standards, early? Why do you think we start doing some of this preparation early instead of waiting until 11th grade when you typically begin applying to colleges? What are you most looking forward to doing in the College Bound program? And you can think about this from the perspective of virtual learning, or you can think about what you're most looking forward to doing once we're safely able to come back to school. And lastly, what colleges would you like to learn more about? This one in particular, I am very curious to learn from you, because I use the interests of students to figure out, in some cases, what schools I'd like to reach out to and connect you all with. So let your classmates know, let your teachers know, and if you want, you can shoot me an email and say, Ms. Jaleese, I really would like to learn more about Appalachian State, for example, if that's what you want to learn about. I welcome the connection with you. So that is all. And I'm going to first say thank you for your time and attention. And I'm going to leave this last slide up for a few minutes and leave the chat open to take any questions that may come up, if any more come up. Otherwise, teachers, if you have access and you're all set, you don't have to stay in, but if you do, the questions will be up. If you need them, they'll be up. I'm going to stop recording.